Numbers are shocking. More and more inmates are dying from drug overdoses while in state custody. Tonight, a mother from Charlotte is sharing her son's story. Darylyn Horn is here for you now with a look at how she's trying to honor his memory. Darylyn?
Lauren, this mother tells me she is filing a lawsuit against the Michigan Department of Corrections, claiming her son would still be here if officers were not bringing drugs into prisons. She says her son is just one of many with a story that ends in this tragedy.
Not only did my son overdose on January 22nd, but that was his brother's birthday.
It was on that day in 2017 that Brandy Zakora will never forget, the day her son Seth died in a state prison. The cause, an overdose of fentanyl. Zakora says a few days before Seth died, 2 other inmates in the same unit were hospitalized for overdoses.
You should have gotten those drugs out of that prison after the first overdose, out of that unit, the first overdose. Not a second overdose, and then a fatality.
And the trend is getting worse. A Detroit Free Press study showed there were 64 overdoses in state prisons back in 2019. But during the pandemic, those numbers increased to 136 in 2020 and 252 just last year. Nicole Pacheco knows firsthand. She was behind bars during the pandemic and she struggled with substance abuse. Now she advocates for prisoners. She says corrections officers need to be held responsible for smuggling in contraband instead of the issue being blamed on incoming mail.
We didn't get our own mail. They made copies of the mail and sent it to us. It's this fabrication that they want everybody to believe. But the drugs are absolutely coming in by corrections officers.
The MDOC says they take smuggling very seriously, and even though overdoses went up, the number of deaths continues to drop.
Every time that we use Narcan on someone, we count it as a suspected overdose. But it also could be that they have diabetes and they have low blood sugar and they've passed out, or they've had some sort of heart attack or a seizure or a stroke or something like that.
As for Zakora, she hopes telling her son's story can actually keep people safe.
It's not acceptable. We have to do better.
Now, Zakora is now waiting on a trial date so she can fight her case in district court.